The phone buzzed on the kitchen counter, its vibration slicing through the quiet like a blade. I froze mid-reach of the coffee pot, the air thick with the smell of burnt toast. Her name flashed across the screen. Elena, my wife, the same woman who'd texted just yesterday that her business trip had been extended another week. My thumb hovered over the decline button, heat creeping up my chest. She hadn't called in days, not since that clipped message about meetings in Chicago. And now, at 6:47 a.m., her name pulsed like an alarm. I answered, my voice tight. Elena, what's wrong? Her breath caught, a sound so raw it raised goosebumps on my skin. Marco? God, I saw your email. The attorney? Please, don't do this. I can explain. Her words tumbled out, shaky and desperate, splintering like glass. My stomach twisted. The email. I'd sent it last night. A cold, deliberate strike after finding the hotel receipt in her coat pocket. A receipt for two, dated 3 nights ago, in a city she swore she'd never been to. Morning light spilled through the blinds, cutting the room into shards of shadow. I sat at the dining table, the crumpled receipt biting into my palm. Her voice still echoed in my head, the call that ended when I muttered, "Explain when you're home," and hung up. The house felt too big, too still. That kind of stillness that amplifies every creak, every whisper of doubt. Our wedding photo hung on the wall, her smile radiant, mine full of trust. I wanted to smash it. It had started 2 weeks ago. She'd grown distant, her laughter thinner, her eyes shifting when I asked about her day. Work's been intense, she'd say, twisting the hem of her blouse. And I believed her. I always did. Elena, the marketing executive who could light up any room. The woman who once made me feel like the luckiest man alive. Then came the late nights, the locked phone, the perfume I didn't recognize clinging to her scarf. Little things, easy to dismiss, until they weren't. The receipt was the first undeniable crack. Tucked inside her winter coat. Forgotten. A boutique hotel in Seattle, not Chicago. 2 glasses of wine. A late checkout. A king bed. I tried to reason with myself. Maybe she was with a co-worker, a friend. Maybe it was a mix-up. But the dates matched her trip. I called the hotel. Voice steady though my hands trembled. Can you confirm a guest named Elena Harper? The clerk hesitated. Then she checked in with a man. I can't give more details. A man. The words hit like a fist, stealing the air from my lungs. I paced the living room, the carpet rough beneath my bare feet. Then my phone buzzed again, another message from her. I'm booking a flight home. Please, let's talk. I didn't answer. Instead, I opened my laptop. The email to my attorney glared back at me. I'd written it in fury, fingers hammering the keys. I want to know my options. She's cheating. The words looked foreign, like they belonged to someone else's life. I hadn't meant to wound her, only to anchor myself, to make the betrayal tangible. But she'd seen it. Her laptop was synced to mine, a shared account I'd forgotten about. My own carelessness had exposed it all. The doorbell rang, sharp, jarring. I flinched, heart pounding. Too early for visitors. Through the peephole, I saw my brother, Tom, his face drawn with worry. I opened the door, cold air biting my skin. You okay? He asked, stepping inside, tracking mud across the floor. I hadn't told him a thing, but Tom always sensed when I was unraveling. You look like hell, he said, without speaking. I handed him the receipt. His eyes scanned it, his jaw tightening. Jesus, Mark, did you confront her? I nodded, throat locked. He sank onto the couch, rubbing his temples. What's her story? She says she can explain. I muttered, she's coming home. Tom leaned forward, voice low. You don't have to decide anything right now, but don't let her twist it. You deserve the truth. The truth. I wanted it and feared it. Part of me still clung to the hope that this was all a misunderstanding, that my Elena hadn't broken us. But the evidence, the receipt, her panic, the man at the hotel, they fit together too neatly. A picture I didn't want to see, but couldn't unsee. She came home that evening. Her suitcase rattled across the floor, the scent of rain following her inside. The storm outside matched the one in my chest. She looked smaller somehow, hair damp, eyes red-rimmed. "Mark," she whispered, reaching out. I stepped back, hands clenched. "Tell me," I said, my voice like a blade. "Who is he?" She sank into a chair, fingers knotting together. "It's not what you think," she began, trembling. "His name's David. A client. We got close. Too close. But it wasn't physical, I swear." My laugh was hollow, sharp. "A king bed, Elena. 2 glasses of wine. You expect me to buy that?" Her eyes filled with tears, but behind them flickered guilt. "It was a mistake," she whispered. "We talked. We drank. We kissed once." I stopped it. I knew it was wrong. Wrong. I spat, my voice cracking. "You lied. For weeks. You let me believe." The words fractured under their own weight. I wanted to scream, to forgive her, to hold her, but I couldn't move. The space between us felt endless. She rose, reaching for me. "I love you, Mark. I was lost. David listened when I felt invisible. But I chose you. I always will." Invisible. That word hit harder than any confession. I'd given her everything. Trust, loyalty, my future. And she'd turned to someone else. "Why didn't you tell me?" I whispered. "Why him?" She broke down, shoulders shaking. "I was scared. Scared you'd stop loving me if you knew I was struggling." I wanted to believe her. God, I did. But trust doesn't rebuild overnight. Not when it's been shattered piece by piece. "I need time," I said, turning away. "Not tonight." That night, I lay in our bed. Her side empty, the sheets cold. My phone buzzed. Another message from the guest room. "I'll do anything to fix this. Please don't give up on us." I stared at the words, my heart a battlefield of love and fury. Then I noticed an unread email buried in my inbox. From David. Subject line, "I'm sorry." My pulse thundered as I opened it. "Mark," it read. "I crossed the line with Elena. It was my fault, not hers. I pursued her knowing she was married. She ended it before it went too far. I'm leaving the country. You won't hear from me again." Attached was a photo, Elena and David at a bar. Her hand on his arm, her smile soft, uncertain. Timestamp, 3 nights ago. I stared at it, the phone trembling in my grip. She'd told the truth, at least part of it, but that picture burned. A small, stolen intimacy she'd never shared with me. I didn't know if forgiveness was possible, if love could survive the fracture. But as the rain hammered the windows, I realized the real betrayal wasn't the kiss. It was the silence, her choice to hide her pain from me, and mine for not seeing it sooner.